Sunday night in Orchard Park, the 49ers and the Buffalo Bills will battle it out. Buffalo looks to put a stranglehold on the AFC East, and the 49ers just need a win to get back on track. AQ, I know you can't quit on the 49ers just yet. Do they have a shot in this one?
I don't think they do have a shot, but you're right. You can't quit on them because they got some help this week, right? They're only one game back in the mediocre NFC West, right? They're just one game back. But in this game, I do think Buffalo beats them up. Listen, offensively, if all their guys are healthy, they're pretty damn good. Defensively, they are atrocious. I think they are so bad. They lost a lot of their guys. There's guys out of gap, out of position. I felt like I was watching the Cowboys defense early in the year, and you just can't win like that against a team on offense that I wasn't very high on coming into this season, but they have gone to the moon in terms of expectations in my eyes. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are rolling.
Yeah, that makes Jay happy. He doesn't have to give you the full body massage like that you guys wagered preseason. Colt, going back to Josh Allen and the reason why that offense has been so successful, you lose Stephon Diggs. Everyone's like, oh, the Buffalo Bills don't have any weapons. What has made Josh Allen so elite this year? And what is he doing to overcome the lack of weapons, quote unquote?
So elite this year. We're talking about Josh Allen. Josh Allen is elite. He's one of the best in the game. And you talk about, we had this conversation about Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts and their creative, ability to make plays outside the pocket. I mean, you got to put Josh Allen right there. I mean, he finds ways to win. If he needs to run it, he'll run it. He needs to run somebody over, he'll run somebody over. And the guys that are around him have stepped up and played really, really good. Tight ends, running backs. Shakur, is that how you say his name?
Ask Jay. Jay, can you pronounce that one for us?
Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir is a stud. In the slot, he's always open. You can't cover him one-on-one. I think he has the most yards after catch of anybody in the league. And so they're finding ways. Their confidence, they're playing at home. The weather's starting to turn. And the Buffalo Bills are sitting right where they want to sit. And with Josh Allen at quarterback, their game plans can be whatever you want. They can push the ball down the field. They can run it. He can scramble when things aren't going, is where he's had issues in the past, like trying to do too much. And so far this year, he's just taking what they give him, and when it's time to make a play, he makes a play. He's just doing what Josh Allen does.
Let's talk about making some plays here. If you guys want to make a play at home right now, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow. Make sure you're commenting. Drop in the comments what you think about Josh Allen. Is he one in the league? Is it who's better? Is it Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen? Let us know in the comments. Maybe Colt will hop in there. Jay Gruden will teach him how to do the comments. If not, me, AQ, and Colt will handle that for him. But let's get back to Josh Allen. The one knock, and I've said this about Jordan Love this year, so I got to talk about all the quarterbacks. Josh Allen has always been that decision-making. He always throws that costly pick. He's on pace for the lowest amount of interceptions this year for his career, Jay. What's changed for Josh Allen this year?
He's more experienced. He's more accurate. He's just not making the mistakes. When he came into the league, a lot of people question his accuracy. He's not the most accurate quarterback. He'll miss some in-breaking routes high. When you do that, that's a pick. The hard ball across the middle and the receiver's not ready, it bounces off his head. That's a pick. I think he's reined that in a little bit. He's more controlled with his ball, but this guy's an incredible player. I don't have anything negative to say about his game right now. He's not the most accurate quarterback in the league, but that's okay. He makes up for it. They play the Kansas City Chiefs. They got 4th and 2. They call a man beater. Kansas City plays zone. He runs for a 25-yard touchdown. Can't make that stuff up. They got Khalil Shakir, Coleman, Kincaid, Knox, Ray Davis. These guys are not household names that he's winning 9 games with or whatever their record is. I mean, this guy's an incredible player. Coach McDermott has done an incredible job with their defense. They lost 2 key safeties last year. They lost their best linebacker, and they're still playing top-level defense. And I just can't say enough good things about what the Bills have done and what Josh Allen is all about, Coach McDermott and the job that he's done there. To me, I think Coach McDermott's the coach of the year, and it's not even close. I think Josh Allen's the MVP, and it's not even close. Saquon's making it closer, but I've just been ultra impressed by the Buffalo Bills and how they've run things and how they're playing.
I'm ultra impressed that you know Khalil Shakir's name. True or false, you bet him at some point this year, and that's why you know his name.
He's on my fantasy team.
I knew it was something. All right, Jay, also, this is another question for you, and you've mentioned this a few times on the show. The 49ers are absolutely decimated with injuries. You could see the frustration on Kyle Shanahan in this last game against the Green Bay Packers. Doesn't have the best left tackle maybe of all time. doesn't have his all-pro defensive end, doesn't have a starting quarterback, doesn't have the receiver he just paid $30 million to. Have you ever had a season where you had that amount of injuries to your best players? And what's a coach say to a team at that point?
Are you really asking me that question? Why don't you go down and look at the history of my career? Yes, I've had 5 quarterbacks go down. I've had Alex Smith go down, and my backup quarterback, Colt McCoy, I'm excited about to finally get him the rock. He breaks his leg in Philadelphia. Then I got to go to Sanchez and Josh Johnson. Then we have to sign Case Keenum at the next year because Colt and Alex are still hurt. Case gets hurt. We got to play Haskins, and then I get fired. So, yeah, I've had some injuries. I've lost Trent Williams because he said he had a headache and the trainers treated him bad. He didn't want to come back to Washington. I lost Jordan Reed, who's our best tight end. He got a concussion in the first preseason game, was out for 5 weeks. Yes, I know about injuries, Justin.
I know pain.
There's no other way to do it. It's next man up mentality. Even in training camp, you got to tell your practice squad guys, your backups, you got to get your ass ready to play. This isn't a vacation. This isn't study hall. You got to prepare like you're going to play because you will play. I can remember we had a team picture, big old team picture we took after the second game of the season. I don't know why the second game of the season, but we did. By the 13th game of the season, I'd X'd out all the players are on IR, and there was like 42 of them. We had like 8 guys left. It's a joke. Next man up. And then when you get people in there, you got to coach them up and get them ready to play. There's no other option. And you got to rely on the players that are healthy to make sure you get them the ball and play to your strengths and protect your weaknesses at all costs because you're going to have a lot of them.
Moving on, Gruden. We won't beat a dead horse.
Kyle and these guys, they get all these passes. Well, he's a great offensive mind, but he's had a lot of injuries. That's why they only got 3 first downs last week. Every team has got injuries. That's why you're coaching. Now you got to get 12 first downs to figure out how to win.
Yeah, Shanahan tree does not know how to deal with adversities and injuries. AQ, the Chiefs have been the kryptonite of the Bills every year. It seems like they just can't get over the hump. They beat them earlier this year. Is it the year that the Buffalo Bills finally beat their arch nemesis and take out the Chiefs and get to the Super Bowl?
We're not moving on just yet. I got to go back to that real quick. Gruden said he didn't know why you take the picture on week 2. It's because all the veterans are guaranteed their contracts if they're on the week 1 thing. So then we cut them before week 1. We don't have to pay them for the year. We bring them back for week 2. So now your team's solidified.
Oh,
week 2.
That's right. I forgot about that rule.
All these coaches in front office, scumbags.
There's your reason. All right.
Trying to take our guarantees.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Always trying to get us. But I do not think, I think this Chiefs team, like we're sitting here looking at this Chiefs team and we're down on them, right? Why are we down on them? Because they're not looking like they did when they won the Super Bowl. Well, guess what? Because they don't look like they did when the Super Bowl. But guess what? By the time the playoffs come around, guess who's all coming back? Hollywood Brown should be back. Rashee Rice should be back. Pacheco should be back. And, oh, by the way, they just signed one of the better left tackles over the last decade, right? And DJ Humphrey. So they just got a lot better as we move forward in this thing. And what does Andy Reid always do when the playoffs come around?
Eat fast food.
He runs the ball. You don't see him running the ball in the regular season. He's doing all his little shiny trick plays. He's doing the things that he's getting from UT San Antonio versus Sam Houston State and some analytics guys pulling this play from deep down the archives so he can run spin around 360 toss, reverse pass to whoever. But when it comes down to it, he's going to pull Trey Smith around the corner, and Trey Smith's going to punch you in the mouth, and Pacheco's going to run over a safety when the playoffs come. And that's why I think the Chiefs will continue to beat the Bills. To show their thanks, Underdog is stuffing the lobby with promos during their feast week. We're talking profit boosts, discounts, and so much more. And if you bring your friends to the table during their Refer a Friend event, you'll both be eating on Underdog. Head to the Underdog app and start feasting.
All right, time to pick our games here, boys. Colt, who do you got in this one?
I'm taking the Bills. Look, I think the Niners, bring it. If Brock Purdy plays, if Dre Greenlaw figures out a way to get back in the game, Christian McCaffrey's got a few games under his belt. I think the Niners definitely have a chance, right? They need to come down here and play well and put an offensive performance together. But I think the Bills are just too good at home. I do. I like Josh Allen. I like Shakir. I like the tight ends, Kincaid and Knox. And they run the ball well. And then at the end of the day, if the game's tight, Josh Allen's going to take over. He's proved it. He's done that all year long. He's done it a lot of his career. I just think the Bills are playing good football. The Niners are close. I think they can get healthier and be able to compete a little bit better. I don't think they're going to figure out a way to beat the Bills this week. I like the Bills.
It's funny. AQ mentioned the Chiefs had 2 receivers, a running back. Who else? A left tackle. All those guys are out. and they're still winning. However, the 49ers have that same type of happening to them, and they can't win a game. So I don't know. You tell me. Some coaches can overcome it, some can't. I obviously couldn't either. So I'm sitting here talking to you slums. I think Buffalo will win this game as well. I just think there's a lot of uncertainty right now with what San Francisco's good at. They're still trying to get McCaffrey back in the mix. I think if they can really get back to McCaffrey getting the ball 20 to 25 times a game, then I think they can win the football game. But if they're still trying to limit his touches and all that stuff, I think Buffalo hits them in the mouth pretty good. And like you said, at Buffalo's a tough place to play.
A bitter Jay Gruden is my favorite Jay Gruden.
Best.
Boy, do I love meet that Jay Gruden. Let me tell you something. I think we're all going to kind of be in agreement on this one. The Niners got to figure it out. I think health does play a little part in it, right? If they get some guys back, again, they're not getting guys back playing on the interior of their defensive line. I guess that's the biggest thing I'm trying to say here. And with that, the Bills beat them up.
If Brock Purdy, Trent Williams, and Bosa play in this game, I'm taking the 49ers. Can I do that? Is that legal?
Sure. Throw Dre Greenlaw in there too.
And I don't even need Dre Greenlaw. Fred Warner is going to be – if there's any linebacker that's up to the task of going toe-to-toe with Josh Allen, it would be Fred Warner. He is a great player. I think Bosa makes it, a dynamic difference on that defense. So, yes, I think the Bills, if those guys aren't healthy and they're trotting out there, what's the quarterback's name? Brandon Allen, the backup quarterback for the Niners. He had a splint on his hand out there. How do you get hurt?
Just make sure you tell Dre Greenlaw to jog on the field. Don't try to jump in a all-out sprint and blow your calf out again. Isn't that how he got hurt in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that is how he got hurt. The Niners are still in this playoff hunt, too. We've talked about the NFC West. So I got Niners if those guys are healthy. If not, obviously, I'm taking the Bills.